like I just felt like I was freaking out, and I want to say I have settled a little since then, but I also feel like it doesn't take me long to spike up, and I think part of that is because I am so, and this community is so passionate about, like, no, we're not gonna let this be taken over. Like
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
I think sometimes we wonder if we should keep doing this podcast or if it's a thing we should, keep putting energy and time into. And it's like, yeah, but there aren't, I just refuse to give this space over to all these bros, the Theo bros and
yes, I
the,
do.
yeah, yeah, you do. And the not just like liberal Theo bros, but like
Yeah.
conservative
Oh,
Christian
yeah.
men who all
Yeah.
get microphones. And
Yeah.
it drives me bonkers. It drives me bonkers. So I'm like, every time I feel like maybe we should stop. This feels like it's a lot of work. And then I just
Yeah.
reminded, like, no, it really matters to be in this space still. So
Well, and they're not just getting microphones. Those microphones right now are being amplified by, from my journalist perspective, like they're being amplified by a media ecosystem that has decided to swing full on into sort of
yeah.
conservative white male backlash and apologism for the kinds of things that we had previously understood to be really harmful. But when you're talking about, this gaslighting of, people calling empathy toxic and, that maybe our neighbors really aren't everybody. Maybe it's just the people in our own family, JD Vance. There's been this framework that I've been using lately to sort of think about all this messaging that's coming out that is really gaslighty and it can leave us feeling really confused and overwhelmed because it just seems like there's this gushing faucet of misinformation and lies, and the truth is just like struggling to survive under it. And I keep going back to George Orwell. Like we're
Mm,
really living in Orwellian times right now. And so he has from 1984 the three slogans of the party, which are war is peace, freedom is slavery, ignorance is strength. And of course, each of these is saying their opposite, right? War is not peace. Slavery is the opposite of freedom. Ignorance is the opposite of strength. Um, Empathy is toxic. It's saying the opposite. And so I think you really have to filter through so much of the messaging that's coming at us so hard. You have to understand that what they're saying is actually conveying its very opposite. And it's a really cynical way to use media. Um,
yeah.
but, we have to filter it through the lens of propaganda.